Hey there, Bob Smith again, your friendly neighborhood booze peddler here at the Boundary Bottle Company. Today we're going to be talking about some springtime wines because despite what we're all going through in this quarantine, we still need to enjoy ourselves a bit, and with the weather getting warmer, we like to enjoy some springtime wines, or at least some of my favorite springtime wines, which I'd like to share with you today. So spring for me is always rosé season. Rosés are typically one of the first wines to come out from wineries every year. Obviously, season goes throughout the summer into the fall. Harvest happens, fermentation, aging, whether on the lees in stainless steel or no aging at all, depending on the winery, and then into bottles and then shipped out. So usually by February, March, we're starting to see some rosés, definitely by April, depending on the winery and the rosé. This particular rosé I just picked up today. This is a vintage older. This is 2017, so it's not fresh, but it is delicious. Some rosés, now people think, oh, if it's an old rosé, I can't drink it. Rosés can age. Now you don't want to hold one for 5-10 years, but some rosé is delicious when it develops in the bottle just a little bit. So this rosé here is from Sidebar. Sidebar is actually a side project for a gentleman named Doug Ramey. A lot of you know Doug Ramey for his Chardonnay and Pinot Noir projects in Northern California. Absolutely incredible Burgundian style winemaker. This is 100% Syrah from a couple of small blocks in Sonoma. I like Syrah Rosé. Adds a little more unctuous quality because Syrah is a little darker skin, bigger fruit. So you can see a nice copper color on that wine, especially since it's a year or so old. Still maintains good fruit, beautiful acid. You're starting to get a little secondary fruit there because it's starting to age just a little, but I actually really like that. And rosé is meant for springtime. All of those fresh, bright floral notes, perfect. So we just picked this up. We'll be rolling into 2018 here very soon as well. So fun little Syrah rosé from Doug Ramey. Now, a fun little wine that I personally am a huge fan of that reminds me all the time of spring, Easter, Paschal Lamb, if you will, is Beaujolais. Now, most people in the United States think of Beaujolais as Beaujolais Nouveau, which is the third Thursday in November. It comes out, and you need to drink it by January, or else it's going to be vinegar. But that is not what Beaujolais is. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of Americans thought Beaujolais was because of the big celebration and marketing push that happened by George Dubouf and a few others in the 80s and the late 70s. However, true Beaujolais is a region. There are 10 crus of Beaujolais that actually produce ageable wine. Now, some of them age up to maybe 8 to 10 years, but most you're looking at about 5-6 year turnaround on cru Beaujolais. Non-cru Beaujolais you want to drink in the first year, maybe 2, because the fruit will start to die out pretty quick. Most Beaujolais is Gamay based, so Gamay is the grape. Bright, light, cherry, sort of Pinot Noir-esque, but not as much acidity, not as much structure. Just a little more fun. So this particular one is from Cherub. This is Chateau Gévernan, Cherub Les Gâtiers, 2017. So Cherub is one of the 10 crus of Beaujolais. It's actually the highest altitude vineyards in Beaujolais. So what you have with that high altitude, a little more delicacy, a little more finesse, and definitely more violet, kind of deeper notes on the nose. I typically serve Beaujolais with a little chill on it, so it's a nice red wine for the warmer weather in the spring because you can serve it slightly cold and have it really, really refreshing. And it pairs with a lot of fun, lighter dishes that we're trying to have this time of year. Definitely cherries, a little bit of tart plum, Beautiful violet aroma. Outstanding wine. Something fun. Now, the most fun about this is that our sidebar rosé here retails for about $15 here at the shop. And this little guy, unfortunately, is going to set you back a little more. He's $18 retail. So fun wines you can keep around the house and pop just for when company comes over, after the quarantine, of course. When company comes over and you want to hang out, have a little nosh on the patio, maybe some cheese and charcuterie, something like that, when we get back to enjoying our usual routine. So stop by the shop. I got plenty of both, and I look forward to seeing you around the bluff. Cheers.